Hi everyone, it's Kronos, and in this video I would like to be playing around with the new Fire Magi Heartstrike. So, let's quickly look at the description. So, launch a giant heart that chases the enemy, deals fire damage and increases the fatigue gauge, burns earth enemies. So, it's like Eingram's star. I think I have it equipped here. But instead this only deals fire damage and burns earth enemies. So this Heartstrike is a global range tracking Magi, so that's super useful. I'm not so sure if the fatigue gauge is that useful because it's probably not going to be by much, but yeah, it's super good, like especially with the fire soul bow. You can launch it off from anywhere you want and it would still hit. So the best place to do this is obviously going to be in the Earth camp. We'll go level 201. Let's go. So, yeah, it's gonna be strong. I think my favorite types of Magis are the global range ones, where I can just fire it off from anywhere I want, and it still hits, so I don't have to worry about missing, because it's kind of embarrassing when you miss Magis. So I guess we'll just fire it off once on the next behemoth. I was hoping I had the Fury equipped, but I guess I did not. So basically you can fire it off from all the way back here. And the cast time's also super 875,000 damage with like no buff. That's a lot. I'll just lock on all those targets. Okay, so soul mode. I want to try firing it off in soul mode with no buffs or anything. Wow. And the cast time, it's super fast. So, Manika's Daja. Okay, now we just need to charge up soul mode. Okay, so you're gonna fly up. Sort of disturbed me a bit. Roll into that. There you go. Now then. 926,000 damage, and his dodge is supposed to be kind of tanky. Wow, so I guess I'll compare it with Eingram's star, the damage and stuff. But what really outclasses Eingram's star, in my opinion, is the fact that it's global range. So I can just fire it off anywhere, and it will track. Sadly, we can't see the fatigue gauge increased because... Because it basically one-shots everything. I think Eingram's star is a bit better for part breaking though. Not too sure. Okay, now then, let's go Eingram's star and try again. I'll have all the damage comparisons after. So with no buffs or anything, and then I guess I'll compare cast times and stuff like that. So it also charges pretty fast. I don't know if that's just because I'm using the soul bow or anything, but okay, we're starting with the red. Yeah, so I feel like oh, no wonder, I'll be right back. I was doing the S rank one. I feel so dumb. I'll be right back. Okay, so that was a silly mistake. I'm back. No wonder. It's just like the behemoth's health was going down, but Eingram's star wasn't charging up, so I got a bit confused. Okay, that's like an Earth version of Heartstrike. Like that sort of tracked me a bit. So we just lock on. Boop. Okay, so it's sort of hard to compare the recast time, but okay, that should be enough to kill it. So so like I said earlier, the fact that Eingram's star isn't global range sort of... Yeah, so that did 790 something thousand, so it's a bit weaker than Heartstrike, because Heartstrike was dealing 800 and something thousand damage. So now then, I think this one I went into soul mode and fired off. So on his Daja. Okay, so I'll put up quad so that I can fire it off in the same place, which was the head. Okay, it would be best if you choose to ult soon. Oh, okay, that broke apart, but 840,000. So I'm dealing like 100,000 more damage with Heartstrike. Can it not? I mean, it's a bit late, but... So yeah, 100,000 more damage with Heartstrike, which is pretty insane, considering they're both SS Magis and they're both fire. So if we look all the way back to Crimson Eruption, gee. Yeah, so, especially with Magna, if it jumps back like that, and you're trying to get a fast arena time, you will miss, so, boop. So yeah. Eingram Star, I think you're done. Ow. Okay, I want to fire the last one off in soul mode, so... Boop. So yeah, now we'll go compare some damage and stuff. Compare cast times and stuff as well. Let's go. So here if we take a look at the damage difference, I'm not so sure if it's hitting different parts or whatever, but you can see that Heartstrike is dealing 150,000 more damage than Eingram Star. So Eingram Star, I'm not so sure if you can see fully, but it says 720, so it's 720,000. And then you have Heartstrike dealing 873,000 damage. So again, if we look at the one with against his Daja when we were in soul mode, you can see again it's still consistently dealing more damage than Eingram Star. So 920,000 damage, 849,000 damage. I'm not so sure. I don't actually remember if that Heartstrike took it into rage mode, because with the Eingram starts, you can see that it immediately says rage, but I think it obviously did if it dealt more damage, and I'm just being a bit dumb right now. And then lastly with Volk Magna, I think they're like the same behemoth to me. Well, this thing has many different parts, so depending on where you hit, you deal more damage or less damage. So in this case, I probably hit a weaker spot with Eingram Star, so I dealt more damage with Eingram Star than Heartstrike. Although it looks a bit girly, like Eingram Star looks much cooler, you can clearly see that it's a lot stronger damage-wise. So if I were to put on a cloak, I'd be dealing 300,000 more damage each time, which is quite a lot. Now let's take a look at cast times. So now then, cast time. So of course it's going to be very close. I've slow mode it, but as you can see, the time it takes for like the Magi to cast seems pretty similar. But if you take a good look at the ending, you can see that with Heartstrike, if you look at how you hold the bow, you're done casting a bit faster. So yeah, I think that Heartstrike is the new best fire Magi. Eingram Star second best. They're pretty close, but Heartstrike would have to win because of the bit faster cast, bigger damage output, and the fatigue thing. But I'm not so sure how much it will fatigue. Though, if you're conserving gems or whatever and you already have Eingram Star, I really don't think you need to summon this. I would say wait for 2-stage Magis or stuff like that. But yeah, I would like to finish it with the incarnation guaranteed summoned. So, what do I want? I'm probably hoping for Earth incarnations, because I only have 2. I have at least 3 of each apart from Earth. So, first one, let's go. And speaking of which, I also got the passive from this Magi banner, which I don't think is too good, but Let's see what the first thing gives. Guaranteed SS is like always so nice. I really recommend you summon this because incarnations they're all really good. Silver gold. Earth incarnation. Earth incarnation. Okay. I'll take I really don't care what the next one will be, so just give me something. They're all good, so like let's see what PK will give me. The one I want least is probably fire because I have many fire. Okay, thunder, so I think these are the two I was lacking most. So now I have 4 thunder and 3 earth. But yeah, that was all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.